Well, today's question of the week is, what is Centre Church's position on divine healing? And that's a huge question. Some churches rarely mention it. Others act like it's always guaranteed if you just have enough faith. There's all these different positions. So the question is, where do we land as a church? Well, the simple answer is somewhere in between. Our position is this. It's that we believe God heals today. We believe that he heals by both natural and supernatural means, but we don't believe that healing is always guaranteed, at least not on this side of eternity. So let me unpack that. There are some big statements there. You see, in Exodus 15:26, God reveals one of his names. He's Jehovah Rapha. I am the Lord who heals you. And the Old Testament is full of divine healing. God heals people like Miriam in Numbers 12. He heals Hannah in 1 Samuel chapter 1. And he even raises the dead through Elijah and Elisha in 1st and 2nd Kings. I mean, we could look at countless other examples. But the point is this. It's that healing litters the pages of the Old Testament. So that's really good news. And then Jesus enters the scene and healing becomes this massive part of his ministry, as I'm sure you know. He heals the blind in John 9. He heals the lame in Mark 2, the demon oppressed in Mark 5. And he even raises the dead in John 11. We could go on and on. You've probably thought of a whole bunch of other verses too. Sometimes Jesus will heal in response to great faith, like in Mark 5. And sometimes he heals despite faith, with little or no faith, which we also see in the Bible. Jesus commands his followers in Matthew 10 to heal the sick and raise the dead and cleanse those with leprosy, to drive out demons. And then after Jesus' death, after his resurrection, after his ascension, we see divine healing continued. We see that in places like Acts 3 and Acts 5 and Acts 9. All over the early church, we see divine healing. And by James chapter 5, we see some really specific information about healing. It says this. It says, is anyone among you sick? Let them call the elders of the church to pray over them and to anoint them with oil in the name of the Lord. And the prayer of faith will make the sick person well. All of that to say, we believe that healing continues today. We see healing throughout the Bible, and we see it even in the early church. And we believe that the gifts of the Spirit, which include healing, continue today. And because 1 Corinthians 14:1 commands us to, we're striving to be a people who eagerly desire those gifts. Now, we want to be really careful here. You see, we don't believe that healing is formulaic. Jesus always healed in different ways. We think that's on purpose. We also recognize that healing isn't always immediate. Let me give you some examples. Paul, who healed many, many people, he left someone called Trophimus sick in a city called Miletus in 2 Timothy 4. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, we learn that Paul had his own thorn in the flesh. Now, we don't know exactly what that means, but he was asking God to remove it, and God, for some reason, said no. We know that Paul told Timothy to take a little bit of wine for his frequent stomach issues. So we recognize that. That implies to us that he didn't always receive healing, that people didn't always receive healing. Now, Jesus could have healed everyone. He could have healed everyone he came into contact with. We see it at the pool of Bethesda. He could have healed all the sick people, but he only healed one man. So healing didn't always happen, even in the New Testament. And what does that mean? That means that no, we don't believe that healing is guaranteed if you just have enough faith. We know that some churches teach that, but that's not our position as a church. We believe that God loves to heal, but that healing doesn't always come this side of heaven. Healing will come when we experience the new heaven and earth with Jesus. And I want to say this, faith matters, but divine healing is not this transactional thing. It's not some kind of spiritual vending machine called healing that you put your prayers in and then you guarantee that healing comes out on the other side. That's not what we believe. God is sovereign. He heals as he wills in his time and always for his glory. Sometimes he heals instantly, sometimes gradually, Sometimes not until we get to the other side of eternity. But we do believe that there will come a day when every believer will be fully and totally healed. And of course, that's our hope. That's what we stand our faith on, knowing that Revelation 21 tells us that there will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. And we long for that day. We're not there yet. Now, with all that in mind, we are still going to pray fervently at Center Church for healing. We believe that divine healing is available to us today. It means that we as elders love to anoint with oil as we're commanded in James 5. It means that we trust in God's power to heal. But most importantly, we trust his character. We believe in a God who is still healing today. And we ask with faith and love and humility for the healer to heal us. But we long for the healer more than we long for the miracle. Now, with all that in mind, over the last year or two, we've seen incredible miracles. We've seen broken legs healed. We've seen bad backs mended. We've seen all sorts of healings. And it would be our pleasure to heal for you, to pray for you, rather. We would love to pray with you and for you, and we would love to believe for a miracle with you. Like I say, by God's grace, we've seen amazing things, and we want to see so much more. We are praying desperately to be a place where God heals supernaturally in his great name. We hope that you'll join us as we strive for divine healing together.